Welcome to the Health, Safety and Environmental Contribution for May. This is a short presentation that is available for all the university community and relates to the well-being of all. Let's get into this month's topics. In these presentations, we're going to tackle a safety aspect, a health aspect, and environmental aspect. This month's topics are hazard identification and risk assessment, or HIRA, for safety, burn awareness for health, and bees and the environment. Let's break down hazard identification and risk assessment, or HIRA, in a way that is easy to understand. What is HIRA? HIRA stands for Hazard Identification and Risk Assessment. It's a process used to keep workplaces safe by identifying potential dangers and figuring out how serious they are. Why is HIRA important? Preventing accidents. By identifying and assessing risks, we can take steps to prevent accidents or incidents before they happen. Creates a safe environment. Ensures that the workplace is safe for everyone, which can improve morale and productivity. Legal compliance helps the organization to comply with the OHSE Acts and other acts, regulations, and avoid fines or any legal issues which may arise. Steps in HIRA. Identify the hazard. Look around the workplace to find anything that could harm or injure somebody. This could be slippery floors, exposed wires, or heavy machinery, etc. Assess risks. Once hazards have been identified, think about how likely it is that somebody could get hurt or how severe the injury could be. This helps prioritize which hazards need to be addressed first and how measures can be implemented to avoid harm. Control measures. Deciding on how to eliminate or reduce the risk. This could include fixing the hazard, providing safety equipment, or training the staff on safe practices. And by using the hierarchy of controls, this helps with this process. Imagine you're in a workplace and you've noticed a wet floor near a machine. Identifying the hazard. You determine that there's a high chance somebody could slip and fall, which could lead to injury. Assessing the risk. Ensuring that a wet floor sign is put up and is clearly visible. And by cleaning the wet floor and ensuring that regular checks to prevent future spills, this can be avoided in the future. The control measures. So, hazard identification is used to find danger, and risk assessment is to figure out how risky these dangers are. It is like being a safety detective. Preventing burns in the workplace involves several key steps to ensure safety. Here are some practical tips. Identifying potential burn hazards, thermal burns caused by hot surfaces, steam, flames, or hot liquid. Chemical burns result from contact with strong acids, alkalines, and other corrosive substances. Electrical burns occur when electrical current passes through the body. Sun exposure burns from prolonged exposure to the sun, especially for outdoor workers. Implementing safety measures. Personal protective equipment, or PPE. Ensure employees wear appropriate PPE such as gloves, apron, face shields, and flame-resistant clothing associated with the work that they are doing. Where people are working outside, ensure that they are wearing long-sleeved shirts and pants, and where possible, that they use sunscreen to prevent their skin from burning. Proper storage and handling. Store chemicals safely and handle them in accordance with the safety data sheets, or the SDS, previously known as Material Safety Data Sheets, or MSDSs. It is important that people understand the risks associated with working with chemicals and have read and understood the SDS. Electrical safety. Follow lock-out, tag-out procedures. Mark high voltage areas and train employees on electrical hazards. Training and awareness. Regular training conducted where burns are concerned, and also indicating the preventative measures for the types of work that is being conducted. Ensure that people know where the first aid boxes are and the procedure that needs to be followed, as well as who the first aider is in their areas. Remember, the first aid boxes should have no medication and should not, and no medication should be administered. Signage and labeling. Use clear signs and labels to indicate hot surfaces, chemical hazards, and electrical dangers that need to be visible to people in the area and that people understand the signage. Emergency preparedness. First aid kits or boxes. Please ensure that these are easily accessible and stocked with the supplies, especially in treating burns in this case. Emergency procedures. Have a clear procedure for responding to burn incidences, including knowing the location of eye wash stations and emergency showers where applicable. Workplace practices. Maintain cleanliness. Keeping a workplace free from debris and flammable materials, ensuring that dustbins are emptied regularly and that all materials are disposed of in a responsible manner. Monitoring and inspections. Regularly inspect equipment and the work area for potential hazards. The OHS&E representatives in the area should be engaging with people that are operating the machines or the equipment, and to make sure that they are in sound working order. By following these steps, you can significantly reduce the risks of burns and create a safer working environment for everyone. Bees play a crucial role in the environment, and here's how they help. Pollination, food production. Bees pollinate many of the crops we eat, such as fruit, vegetables, and nuts. Without bees, our food supply would be significantly reduced. Biodiversity. By pollinating a wide variety of plants, bees help maintain the diversity of the plant life, which supports healthy ecosystems. Supporting wildlife. Habitat creation. The plants that the bees pollinate provide food and shelter for other animals. For example, many birds and insects rely on these plants for survival. Food chain. Bees themselves are a food source for other animals, including birds and small mammals. Environmental indicators. Ecosystem health. Bees are sensitive to change in the environment, so their presence and health can indicate the overall health of an ecosystem. A decline in bee population could signal, a decline in bee population can signal problems in pollination and habitat loss. Ergonomic impact, agricultural. Bees contribute billions of dollars, or rands in our case, to the agricultural industry by improving crop yields through pollination. Products. Bees produce honey beeswax, and other products that are valuable to humans. Fun fact, did you know that a single bee colony can pollinate over 3,000 million flowers each day? Bees are truly amazing creatures that help keep our environment balanced and thriving. In summary, HIRA, or hazard identification and risk assessments, help prevent accidents, create a safer working environment, and ensure legal compliance. The steps to follow: identify the hazards, assess the risks, implement control measures. Burn awareness. Identify potential burn hazards in your area. Implement safe measures of working. Supply training, awareness, and information to all people that work in that area. Communicate emergency preparedness and procedures, and encourage good working practices. Bees in the environment. Bees help through pollination, help support wildlife. We need to be aware of the environmental factors and also to understand the ergonomic impacts. Remember that the OHS&E committee meetings can deal with any issues, hazards, concerns, or queries and these should be discussed and need to be addressed through actions and communication. If there are any questions, queries, and challenges, contact OHS&E management on #department-OHS-admin or chat to your OHS&E officer assigned to your area. Remember to stay safe, healthy, and environmentally aware of what is happening around you, and look after yourself and others.